Imagine a surgeon standing at the operating table, surrounded by monitors, beeping sounds, and decisions that cannot be undone. Or picture a Formula One driver traveling at 300 kilometers per hour, making decisions in fractions of a second. In these worlds, there is no second chance. The margin for error is nearly zero. This is exactly what trading is. Not a job, but a high-performance discipline. Markets are chaotic, unforgiving, and constantly changing. Yet the world's best traders are not the ones who get lost in that chaos. They are the ones who remain calm and control it. What sets them apart is not just their ability to read charts or use indicators. The real difference is their ability to manage their brain, hormones, and emotions under pressure. Because the market does not punish weak strategies, it punishes weak mindsets. Most people sit in front of the screen trying to beat the market. They blame the charts. They get angry at the news. They suspect algorithms. But professionals realized something long ago. The real opponent is not on the screen. It is the one sitting in the chair. Fear, greed, revenge, overconfidence. When left uncontrolled, these emotions can turn even the most perfect strategy into a gambling system. Today, we are not here to answer the question, which indicator is better? Today, we are here to talk about the mental and biological strategies that transform the person behind the screen, you, into a consistent performance machine. Someone who can make decisions under pressure, stay composed after losses, and remain grounded after wins. If you truly want to reach a professional level, you must set aside the noise of the market and be ready to dive into the depths of your own mind. Because in this game, the winners are not the ones who defeat the market. They are the ones who defeat themselves first. If you're ready, we're not looking at charts today. We're looking at the human brain. Cognitive capital, before you make real money. Most people think trading is about money management. Professionals know better. Before you manage money, you must manage energy. A trader's greatest asset is not their bank account. It's not their graphics card, their software, or a secret strategy. The real asset is a focused mind and the ability to protect it. We call this cognitive capital, and this capital is not unlimited. Every small decision you make throughout the day, what you wear in the morning, which coffee you drink, what you eat for lunch, quietly drains this capital. And when the day is over, when the market finally starts to move, if your mind is exhausted, you won't be able to execute even the simplest, well-tested strategy. This is the moment people say, "I have no discipline." No, you have no energy left. Professional traders understand this. That's why they don't complicate their lives. They simplify them. They deliberately avoid decision fatigue. What they wear is decided. When they work is clear. And when they do not trade is even more certain than when they do. Because peak performance doesn't begin by adding more. It begins by systematically removing unnecessary decisions from your life. Remember this, most money lost in the markets is not due to poor analysis. It's lost because a tired mind fails to execute the right decisions. True mastery is found not on the charts. It's found in how well you protect your energy. Filtering the noise, the power of silence. In the modern world, access to information is not an advantage, it's a test. Data is everywhere. Social media feeds, endless news headlines, thousands of experts, hundreds of market opinions, constant notifications, breaking alerts. But professionals understand one thing clearly. The real skill is not gaining more information. It is the ability to deliberately ignore what doesn't matter. Because all of this noise does one thing. It fragments your focus, contaminates your decision-making, and pulls you away from your own plan. Think of a lion on the hunt. It ignores every distraction around it. Its attention locks onto a single target. The prey either falls or the lion disengages. Trading is no different. A professional trader does not enter positions based on what others are saying. They act only on the signals of their own system. If you open a trade because of a tweet, a comment, or because everyone is saying the same thing, that's not an analysis problem, it's a trust problem. Listening to others' voices means doubting your own financial intelligence. Peak performance does not come from more screens, more charts, or more opinions. It comes from the opposite. It begins when you mute the outside world, turn off the news flow, and listen not to expectations, but to your own plan. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is clarity. And clarity is one of the rarest edges in the market. Post-trade analysis, holding up the mirror. For most people, a trade ends when it's closed. Profit taken or loss accepted, the chapter feels finished. For a real trader, however, that's when the real work begins. When you lose a trade, what do? Do you get angry at the market, blame the system, or do you stop and ask a harder question? Who was I when I entered this trade? And when you win, do you immediately label yourself a genius? Or can you calmly account for the role of luck, timing, and market conditions? This is where elite traders are separated from the rest. They keep a trade journal, but it's not just a record of profits and losses. Alongside the numbers, they document things like, what was my emotional state when I entered the trade? Did I act out of urgency, or did I follow the plan? Was fear making the decision, or the system? If I faced this trade again today, would I act the same way? Because markets change constantly, but human emotional patterns rarely do. The same mistakes repeat themselves on different charts, in different instruments, with the same mindset. Holding up the mirror is not easy. The ego resists it, but professionalism begins right there. Because what you see in that mirror is the most valuable data you will ever collect. Data that can save you from thousands of dollars in future mistakes. Post-trade analysis is not a habit. It's a protective shield. And in this game, the ones who survive are not those who analyze the market best, but those who can analyze themselves honestly. The biological edge, dopamine, and decision-making. Your body is not just flesh and bone. It is a living chemistry lab. Every price movement triggers a reaction in your brain. When prices rise rapidly, dopamine is released, and it doesn't whisper, it commands. Buy now, don't miss it. When prices fall, another chemical takes control. Cortisol, the stress hormone. Your hands sweat, your breathing tightens, your thinking freezes. This is the moment traders say, I lost control. What really happened is simpler. Biology took over. Peak performance does not start with strategy. It starts with biological control. Quality sleep is not a luxury. Balanced nutrition is not advice. Dopamine detox is not a trend. These are operational requirements that directly determine decision quality. If you sit in front of the screen sleep-deprived, overstimulated, running on caffeine and stress, you've already entered the market down 1-0. Professionals understand this. That's why they don't treat their bodies casually. they protect them like a temple. Because a single bad decision can erase months of disciplined effort in a matter of seconds. Before you look at the charts, ask yourself one question. Is my biology working for me today or against me? The real edge is not in the market, it's inside your body. The journey to mastery. Trading is not a path to getting rich fast. It's not a one-night transformation story. Trading is a lifelong craft. The 10,000-hour rule applies here as well. But those hours are not spent staring at screens, taking random trades, or constantly chasing new systems. They are earned through deliberate practice. Every trade must be a lesson, every loss, feedback, every moment of waiting, a workout that strengthens the muscles of patience. Stop looking for shortcuts. The market does not reward those who rush. It rewards those who mature through discipline. Think of a pianist. They repeat the same passage for hours. They're not just training their fingers, they're training their nervous system. Trading works the same way. You train your eyes on the charts, but the real training is for your willpower. Mastery means staying calm when everything is moving, waiting while everyone else is trading, and most importantly, having the ability to sit in front of the screen and do nothing when doing nothing is the right decision. Because in the market, money is often made not by what you do, but by what you choose not to do. Mastery is not a goal. It is not a destination. Mastery is the ability to show up every day with the same discipline, the same seriousness, and repeat the process correctly. And for those who choose this path, the greatest reward is not money, it is control.